Ladies and gentlemen, another day, another blog post from Activision and Infinity Ward, and this one is a big one. It's specifically referring to progression within Modern Warfare 2, and there's a lot more to it than you may originally think. You have your overall character progression, which we're going to dive into, and there's still some mysteries revolving around that. Then they dive into the progression of Spec Ops, which is brand new to this game. There's kits in Spec Ops. I don't know if it's going to play into DMZ or anything like that, but we'll go into how progression in Spec Ops works as well, and then they dive into weapon progression, how you level up weapons, what you get for leveling up weapons, what you get for weapon kits, things along those lines. And then they dive into weapon camos, and on top of that, weapon mastery, something that is somewhat new to Modern Warfare 2, but we did see bits and pieces of it within Modern Warfare 2019. There's a lot to do with weapons, a lot there. So let's go in, break it down, all of the little details. But first, before we do that, let me tell you about today's video sponsor. As you guys probably already all know by now, Modern Warfare 2 is officially released, and that's always fantastic to play a new game. The problem with it is new games are always expensive. That is why today's video is sponsored by Kinguin. Kinguin is a website where you can get the things that you want for games cheaper. So for example, on here we have Modern Warfare 2, we have PlayStation cards, but there's some other cool things on here as well. First of all, they're doing a gift card competition or a gift card giveaway, and all you have to do is answer some questions like what is your favorite COD game, or link it with Twitter, and you get some points where you can enter to win $50 gift cards for the Kinguin website. On top of that, throughout this ad that you are watching, there are 3 different $25 gift cards for the Kinguin website hidden throughout this ad. So you might have to pause the video to find them, but essentially there's 75 free dollars hidden throughout this ad. But if you're wondering how Kinguin works, for example, let's go ahead and purchase ourselves Modern Warfare 2. So Modern Warfare 2, normally a $69.99 game, available for $53.51 already. So let's add that to our cart. Let's say we also want a PlayStation gift card. Let's check out a $100 PlayStation gift card that you can get for only $83. So you're immediately getting $17 more than you're spending. So for all this, you could get it for $159.10. But if you use my coupon code, which is BESTOFFER14, and apply it to your order, you are then saving 14% on everything you're buying. So instead of $159, it's only going to cost you $136. So if you want to get some cheaper games or get yourself some PlayStation cards, all you have to do is click the link down in the description, or you can scan the QR code that is on screen here. Don't forget to use BESTOFFER14 at checkout to save yourself some money. And thank you, Kinguin, for sponsoring the video. So here it is. Here's the blog post. Here's what we have to look at. As you can see, they're already showing us some of the mastery camos, the polyatomic, the Orion, platinum, and gold. We'll dive into that more later on in the video. And then it dives in to explain what is happening over the next 20 days. Essentially what they're saying is on October 28th, the game is released. And then on November 16th, 20 days after launch, that is when season 1 starts. Until that time, the progression that we are getting is essentially level 55, and on top of that, weapon progression. Seems as though before season 1, you will not be able to level up any further than rank 55 at all. So all of your focus is predominantly going to be on Spec Ops and weapon progression for camos and things like that. Now, if we dive in and have a look at what we have to look at here, the first thing that they talk about is military ranks. So all of our weapons, perks, grenades, lethals, tacticals, field upgrades, kill streaks are locked behind the 55 ranks of progression. It says, by getting to the top rank, you are going to get additional loadouts in multiplayer, the ability to customize loadouts, that happens at rank 4, so that happens super early. All weapon platforms, the majority of which can be edited in Gunsmith, at the Gunsmith table. We saw that in the beta. Lethal and tactical equipment, perks, field upgrades, kill streaks are all a part of multiplayer. So when you hit 55, all of that is unlocked. You definitely want to do that before Warzone 2 comes out. That'll be probably your most important thing. Now, you can of course do this by playing Spec Ops. You can do this by playing multiplayer, but there's also various different challenges. That is the next thing that they are showing here, and this was a part of the beta. So the first thing that they talk about is daily challenges. So daily challenges are very straightforward, and there's basically going to be 3 of these that you get in a day. They say there's going to be a general challenge that may not require much change in playstyle, e.g. win a match of any mode, get 15 kills while aiming down sights. They're all super easy. The second one is a weapon challenges that focuses on a specific weapon category. So get 5 headshots with an SMG or get 5 headshots with a sniper rifle, things along those lines. And then a special challenge. Special challenges encourages exploration into specific loadout features. So the examples that they give is 2 kills using dead silence or get a drill charge kill. We again saw that in the beta. And then after completing 3 daily challenges, you get a bonus challenges. These are going to reward you XP. So once you hit 55, these challenges are basically going to be pointless, which to me just seems kind of weird. Then we get into Spec Ops. So Spec Ops is very confusing, and we're going to dive a little bit more into this in a second, but essentially there are Spec Ops challenges. What these are going to do upon completion is they are going to give you stars. These stars can then be used to level up your Spec Ops kits, which we're going to dive into in a minute. And essentially what they are saying here is that there are 3 daily challenges with this as well. So essentially what these challenges are, you start out with a generic one. So the example they give is 5 melee kills. The second daily challenge can be generic, like use a field upgrade 3 times, or mission specific, like destroy 4 vehicles in a denied area, which we'll have to wait to see what that's all about. We'll probably dive into that tomorrow with Spec Ops. And then a bonus challenge is what can be split between just random challenges or mission specific. Now, you can get a lot of XP by doing this, but also level up your Spec Ops kits, which again, we'll dive into in a minute. There's also career challenges. I'm not even going to go into this. These are like your overall challenges. So like your assault rifle challenges, get a certain amount of kills with assault rifles, SMG challenges, objective-based challenges. These have been in like every Call of Duty game since Call of Duty 4, so no surprises there. Now, I'm going to skip over a specific section because I wanted to dive into Spec Ops just real quick here. So this section is called Spec Ops Stars and Kit Tiers. And essentially the way that this works is you can get stars by completing missions and completing daily challenges. So the example they give is you get 1 star by completing any Spec Ops mission. And I believe there's 3 at launch. You get 2 stars if you complete the mission within 25 minutes and 3 stars if you do it within 15 minutes. You also get an additional star for completing daily challenges. Now, from here, the question is, what can you do with these stars? So essentially how the leveling of kits works is, first of all, you can use your stars to unlock kits. So the example it gives is the medic kit unlocks with 1 star. The recon kit unlocks at 3 stars. After this, you can then take your career stars and level up your kits. So when you level them up, you make them better, you unlock different loadout things. I would assume like you use 1 star and you get grenades in that kit. You use another star, you get field upgrades in that kit. And you can get these stars every week. And the reasoning for actually leveling these up is what they are talking about, what we see in the future, which is raids. Now, it says you can level up your Spec Ops kits to tier 10. So obviously it's going to take a lot of stars, a lot of completing missions. And then when the raid comes out, you want to have these kits leveled up because the raid going to be even harder than the Spec Ops missions. Now, we don't know what we get for completing raids yet, how they're going to work, what they are, or anything like that. So that's a little bit of a mystery, but that's essentially how the Spec Ops kits work. Now, the next part here, we're going to gloss over because it's talking about weapon platforms. So essentially, this is how you level up weapons. The example they give is the M4 here. There are 20 levels for this weapon platform. And as you level up through 55 ranks, you're going to unlock more weapons, which is going to give you more weapon platforms. As you can see here, this is the M4 platform, and as you unlock receivers, so it seemed around like rank 13 or 16 for a weapon, you would unlock the next weapon receiver, and when you do, for example, the M4, you would then unlock the receiver for the FTAC Recon, then you could use that weapon, or the 5.56 Icarus, then you could use that weapon once you unlock that receiver. Now, once you level up a weapon all of the way to the top rank, you are going to get weapon tuning. Now, this is going to be the most confusing part and one thing that we'll definitely be looking into once the game launches, but the example it gives here is underbarrel tuning. So this is for a specific weapon, and you can choose how much it actually affects your weapon. So you can make it so that it is full out recoil stabilization, or aim down sight speed, or walking aim speed, or aiming idle stability. So by moving those sliders in specific directions, it's actually going to change what that individual attachment does. This will be crazy in Warzone. This will be very hard and very different for editing your loadouts. There's going to be a lot more to it, and a lot more to look at. But again, that unlocks at the top weapon level, and like I said, it's going to be wild. So after this, they talk about unlocking the operators. This is done by various different challenges. The ones you are seeing here are done through campaign. The other ones are through multiplayer and Spec Ops via different challenges really nothing crazy there. I'm not going to go in depth with that. You can just dive into that once you get the game. Now, we get into completionist camo challenges. So basically, all it says here is that there are more camos than any other Call of Duty game before. It gives you an example of some of the camos, and then it gives you examples of what challenges can actually be. So each weapon has 180 plus unique base camos you can unlock. So my guess there is there's going to be 18 different challenges. Each of them will have 10 camos in that given challenge, and upon completing them, you get mastery camos. So essentially, the way that these camos work is you have gold, platinum, polyatomic, and Orion. Now, how you unlock these is a little bit different than previous years, and we're going to dive into that. But first, it talks about the base camos. These are really straightforward. They're what we've expected. The example they give is for the M4. So get redacted amount of kills with the M4, and that unlocks a redacted camo, and you'll progress through that individual challenge. Get redacted or more kills with the M4 without reloading. So that's an interesting challenge. Get a blank amount of double kills with the M4. Or get triple kills with the M4. So all of those challenges are kind of what we expected. They give another example for the RPG, so on and so forth. Now, once you unlock all of the base camos for an individual weapon, you are then going to get the gold camo. The gold camo is what you are seeing here. It looks really, really good. We then dive into the platinum camo. So this one is given when you get gold on a subset of individual weapons. And the examples they give are assault rifles, battle rifles, SMGs, LMGs, marksman rifles, sniper rifles, sidearms, launchers, and melee. So when you have got all of those gold in that specific subset, then it gives you the platinum camo. We then have the polyatomic camo, and that is what we are seeing here. And that is once you have unlocked all of the platinum camos, you get the polyatomic camo. And at the exact same time, when you unlock the polyatomic camo, you are then given the Orion camo, which is what we are seeing here, which is kind of like a combination between obsidian and a space camo. It says that once you do complete it for 51 weapons, which means if DLC weapons come out, you then do not have to do specific weapons. So you might not have to actually do something like a knife, because you can pick another weapon to get platinum on, but you'll probably have to do it within that subset of weapons, if that makes sense. So if you don't want to do your knife, if a crowbar comes out, you can do it for that crowbar. And then once 51 weapons have platinum, you then unlock both the polyatomic and the Orion. But there is more. So there's also mastery challenges for weapons. So after unlocking the Orion camo, you get mastery challenges. And those are kind of what you are seeing here. So it says get 100 kills while using the gold camo, get 200 kills while using platinum, get 300 while using polyatomic, and 400 while using Orion on that individual weapon. And that seems to just give you a charm. I think eventually I would be pretty surprised if you complete all of the mastery challenges if they don't give you something like a camo for all of the weapons, but I'm assuming that would come out months down the line. But it's pretty cool to see that they already have mastery challenges. That's a big thumbs up in my book. So basically after this, it just goes into everything that you can complete at launch. So it says campaign, 55 levels, level up all your weapons, get your Spec Ops kits to tier 5, all of the operators, and if you still want to do more, there is weapon camos and then the weapon mastery journey. But keep in mind, once you hit 55, until season 1, there is no more leveling. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what the leveling is going to look like after 55 and once season 1 comes out. I don't know if they're going to reset you to 0. I don't know if your rank is going to reset after every season. I simply don't know. They haven't said yet, but this is all of the leveling, all of the progression we have at launch. Hopefully you found the video informative. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, all of that jazz. Turn notifications on. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard, and I want